Hi everybody, my name is Harry Jacobs and I am the North of 60 Gamer, and you can see that it is cold outside. It is a balmy minus 30. I just plugged the car in because my wife has to go off to work this morning. They were going back to the office. Anyway, today we have a special game called Fog Escape from Paradise. This is a prototype of a game coming to Kickstarter in 2022. You are watching this maybe as a preview, or perhaps you are watching this on the campaign page. I don't know. I cannot look into my crystal ball. This is a game for 1 to 4 players. It is 45 minutes to 80 minutes, and it's for families 10 and up. The Kickstarter will be slightly different because you can play 1 to 6, and it'll be 45 minutes to 120, so there'll be a few more rules and some extras and stretch goals, the things that you will normally find in a Kickstarter campaign. You play an ancient guardian coordinating the difficult path of your fleeing islanders towards their rescuing boats. The beach is packed and everyone is panicking. Will you stay the calm and make sure the islanders reach their boats before the fog reaches the shore? For your achievements, you're going to receive rescue points. And of course, the best guardian who receives the most rescue points is going to win the game. This is a 1 to 4 player game, and it has some interesting mechanics, and I'm going to show that to you. But right now we're going to go down to the table and we're going to unbox this. Here is the Fog Escape from Paradise. 1 to 4 players, 45 minutes. This is the review copy. There you can see this little wear on the box. It's been passed around. It's just a spacer. Remember, a review copy. Here's the review copy stuff that basically says, this is a review version, but there is going to be a premium version that has more stuff. It's going to have a small beach, it's going to have a large beach, and a bunch of other stuff. Here is the rules itself. It seems simple enough. It's well laid out. You can see the colors. This lighter yellow color does pop the black out a little bit better for my eyesight. And I've had other comments on other Kickstarters where they use that sort of really deep brownish and then put black on it and then make the font small. The font is good here, so well done in terms of readability. Got illustrations. The setup is very, very easy, perhaps. We will talk about the multiplayer rules when we get there. Here are various reminder game boards. These are all laser cut. These are typical of prototypes. I imagine the actual game will be cardboard. This has to do with turns. So I'm not quite sure how it works yet, but we will. This is the fog. And the fog, if you've ever played Fallen Skies, the fog, think of that mechanic as the fog is going to move up ever closer, pushing the guardians to lead the islanders off into the boats. I'm not quite sure what these are. I believe that you may only have a minute per turn, perhaps. You do get like 7 movement points. The fog may move up every 60 seconds or something along that lines. Or perhaps this is an option to just give you a bit more tension in the game. We have our islanders right here. They come in different colors. We have various scoring tokens. We have bases. Now the bases, once we set the islanders up on the island, each player will, in turn order, will actually recruit their islanders. So they're going to recruit their islanders, putting the yellow bases on. And then as their guardian they're going to guide them off the island into the boats. There we have some more scoring tokens. We have some really nice printed 3D obstacles. I'm going to assume that they're going to be in the deluxe version just like this. And there'll be obstacles on the island that you're going to have to go around. I believe these might be some sort of scoring. I'm not sure till we get there. And these are the obstacles that are not 3D printed. Very nice that he actually included them in the box. And here's the board. No, let's just bring that out here. I'll have to be a little bit careful of this. There we are. There is the board here. Here's our 3 boats that we're going to escape to. Each row here is going to have islanders, and we're going to put, and then they're going to have some random setups here, and then we're going to guide them down through into the boats, and we're going to have As you can see, it looks like we have spaces for different types of islanders here. And then we're going to score at the end of the game. The fog is going to move up on the track like this. I am unsure totally when that happens. And we're going to read the rules and we're going to go through the rules and teach you the game. And you can make a determination of whether or not it's a game that you would play. I'm kind of thinking that this would be fun to play multiplayer. Fallen Skies doesn't have that option, but this does. I'm kind of excited to play this. I mean, who doesn't like the fog, swallowing up those people and eating them? So we're going to put everything back in the box, and we're going to go down to the table, and we're going to start playing it. So here we're ready to set up. The first thing we're going to do is actually add our bonuses, and these is start at 2 and range to 6, and they're going to go on the blue. It's going to go on the blue and the red. So we have 6 through 2, and on the green is 6 through 3. And then what we're going to do is we're going to drop randomly these bonus tokens, and we have a 3, 5, 7, 2 5s, a 3, and a 7. And we're going to just shake them up. I'm going to pick one. So that's a 3 on the A. Oh, we're just going to drop them randomly. Oh, they're different values. Interesting. So they are double-sided values. Just out of curiosity. I didn't realize that. I am just really basically seeing this game, and I'm working through the rules, trying to figure it out, and we're setting this up together. Okay, so we've dropped a 4. We'll give it a shake. A 2. A 7 and a 5. So we randomly set those up, and that is the first 2 steps of the setup. So we're going to set up 3 through 6, 3 through 6, 2 through 6, 2 through 6, and randomly drop these onto the spots here. So after I've placed the bonus markers here, I have got a 3-player game going. We have pink, yellow, and blue. We've started, these are our reference cards. And these tell us the types of moves and the movement costs. We each get 7 movement points, and you can see that across the boards with our markers, 7, 7, 7. Up here we have our turn marker, and we're going to traverse the turns. Then we are going to place our counters. As you can see, the fog counter starts on 10 in a 3-player game. The markers, scoring markers start on 0, and then we have plus 0. So if we go above 50 or 100, plus 50, plus 100. This, of course, is our fog tracker here, and it starts on 10. And, of course, then this comes across, and this is our scoring track here. Up here is the 3D fog. Now, normally, I would place it on the board eventually, and it would be stand up like this. But what actually we're going to do is we're going to lay that down when it comes onto the board, just for the ease of watching it. The next thing what we're going to do is we're going to take our round cubes of each of the colors, and we're going to just drop them in a random order. So this is number 1. Whoops. We'll try that again. We're going to drop 1, or I'll just close my eyes maybe. Okay, guys, my eyes are closed. You can see that. That's number 1. That's number 2. And pink is 3. So we're going to go 1, 2, and 3. So we know what the colors are going in what order. So we're going to have blue, yellow, pink. That is probably good for me. I'll probably put a marker out. There's my knight. And we're going to probably move the knight along just to make sure that Harry keeps it straight who goes who. Next, what happens is we're going to put our, randomly, we're going to put set up the board for the obstacles and for the commoners. And our job is, of course, to get our commoners onto the boat. Now, I'm just going to show you this come down a little bit just so that you can see what's going on the board a little bit, just so you can see the scoring along the line and how things get set up. So I just want to bring your attention to the numbers here, 5, 5, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, 1, and on down the board. Here we'd have 2 obstacle and 0 empty hexes, 1 empty hex, 2 empty hexes, 2 obstacles and an empty hex. And this goes all the way up here. We have 0 and 0, 0, 1. And what we're going to do now is randomly put our villagers onto the board in order to facilitate moving off. And of course, here are our boats that we're going to get to. There are some rules around the boats. So you could go to any boat conceivably. However, the priority of the boat is the people the color of the boat. So you could, if I had a red guy get here and get on the boat, that conceivably some blue person could kick him off the boat. So keep that in mind as we're playing, and we're going to set up the people and the obstacles as we go here. And of course here, I suspect as the fog moves up, you're going to lose points if your people get swallowed, because remember, the idea is to get the people off the island. This has got a kind of a fallen skies mechanic to it. If you remember that game, the aliens move up, the mothership moves down. In this case, it's the fog that moves down, and the fog, of course, is over here. So I'm going to do this off camera, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use dice, and I'm going to count the spaces, and this is how I'm going to determine where these kinds of obstacles go. So in some cases, there are rules, and we'll go over the rules about obstacles, but you can't have them more in like groups. You can't have them clumped up. You can't block spaces. So there are rules how many you can have at the forests, things like that. So I'm going to set these up. I'm going to randomize them. So basically what I'm going to do, like see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to roll a 6-sided dice until I get a result that I like. There's a 1. We'll start on this side, and then we would put our obstacle here. Well, in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd roll an 8-sided dice, and this would be a blank space. And there are no, so we'd have 5 people here straight across. And they're just random, and I've got them here. And we're going to set that up, and then at the end, we're going to just show you how that's done. I'm not going to make you sit through this painfully, because it's just cut off a little bit here, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to have everything set up. And I'm going to use the dice to help randomize obstacles and empty hexes and things like that. So here's the randomness that I've set up on the board. Now, there are rules pertaining to the obstacles. First, I can't have any more than 3 obstacles adjacent to the woods. So I've got a couple of adjustments that I'm going to make just off the board. 2, you can't have more than 3 clumped together, and no more than 2 together in this last row. So I'm going to make adjustments here and here to get rid of some of these forests next to the adjacents, because it says in the rules directly, it says no more than 3 obstacles may be placed adjacently to the wood in total. So right now we have 5. So we're going to make a little adjustment on that. So now we don't break any of the rules. I've made a few adjustments. We have 5 and 5 blanks. 2. Now in the 3-player game, there's 2 extra blank spaces right here. We already randomly removed a blue and a red, and then there was 2 more. So this board is ready to go. We are set up, and we are hopefully going to save our islanders. And we're going to talk more about movement in a minute. So here we are. We are all set up. Our markers are out. Our fog tracker's there. We have assigned our points for the end of the game as they come up. We've got our special bonus markers for those who get into the spots of productivity, as they call them. Anybody who goes in the stern does not get a points of productivity. They're just like, oh my god, we're in there, thank god, and they're all crowded in there. Our board is set up. You might notice it's slightly different. I did talk to the designer and made a few tweaks along just to make it probably a little more, maybe a little harder, maybe more easier. I don't know. But for demonstration purposes, I think we're good. And we're going to spend a little bit more time in just sort of explaining movement so that we can give you that idea of how this game plays. It's a very quick playing game. It only lasts 10 rounds. And once we hit to turn 6, basically, the fog is going to start coming up. And here, of course, is our fog marker. We each start out with 7 movement points. Everybody gets 7 movement points. Blue is going to go first, as we've determined. And let us go and let us start. And we have our handy movement tracker to show us how to do that. So the first thing we're going to do is going to take our first, and we're going to squeeze. So what's going to happen is this person is going to squeeze by, and it's going to cost 4 unless he's enhanced, which he's not. So he's going to go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he's going to go 5, 6, And then we're just going to move that up for 7. 5, 6, and then 7. There we go. So blue has done his first turn. You can see that's very, very easy. Now, we did not use any of the special moves at this point. So there's nothing to show you here. It's just straight run action. And straight run action is the only action that allows us to go backwards if we want to. All the other actions, you must go forward. We are going to go down, and you can see we've moved our marker. There's yellow's turn. Now, yellow, there's not a lot yellow can do here. So yellow is going to move 1. Now, we can't really do anything here because he can't jump. He can go over the mountains. If we look at the mountain right here, it would cost him 4, but no, he can't do that. Now, his enhanced power is a push, or actually he could swap as, nope, he can't swap. That's only a beach move. So that is a special move here, which you can't use other than on the beach. So that's us say, so we could squeeze here. Now this would allow him to jump, but he's got nowhere to jump because you have to jump forward over another guy, and then he's just, and so he can't land on that. He could squeeze by, so he'll spend 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's going to squeeze by. And that is that. And now, if you see this marker, he has a little arrow with a circle, which is a push action. He is going to push him. And because he's enhanced, he's just going to push him 2. 1, 2, and that push him. And that just frees up a little more space for there. And that is the 7 moves. Pink is going to come along. Pink now is pretty much schmooked up. However, because he's a 3, he can actually go over. You can see that here. With 3, he can actually squeeze or go over a mountain. So he's going to go over for 3. 1, 2, 3. He's going to push for 3. 1, 2, 3. And then he's going to move himself up 1. So we've tried to just get past this row because we know that the fog is coming in a couple of turns. So as we go down, that was Pink's turn actually. Now I am bad about moving markers. Now the way this turn goes is that he's going to go again. So, and the fog marker moves up. So Pink is going to move again. Now you can see everything is kind of bunged up here. So Pink is going to start to move. He gets a free move. If you see the +1, which is right here, it's a free move at the end of that movement. So he is, and you can only do it once per turn. So you can't move him, then get a free move, move him, and get a free move. So he's going to go 1, and you can note the red, 2. He's on the beach, 3, 4. So he's moved 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to save some movement there. 4. He doesn't have a lot to do here. 4. He could push. Pushing it costs. What does pushing cost? Push costs 4. He only has 3 left, and you can hear my dogs behind me. We could also jump, but a jump is 4 over terrain. So I think what he's going to do is he's got a blue 4. He's going to go 5, 6, and he's just going to move 7. And because he has the +1, 8 basically. Now you can hear my dogs behind me. We have a feral puppy that we took in last week. Her name is Athena, and she is available for adoption at the NWT SPCA. She's come a long way, considering last week she wouldn't even play. She was in hiding for the first week. Now she's playing. Now we come up and wrap around, and it's blue. So what is blue going to do? Blue's going to go 1, 2, 3. Now you can see the little bridge here, and he's got that sign, so he's just going 4. He snags that 6 right off the bat. We're going to just put that there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he snagged that 4. He's just going to move. This will be his 5th turn. And then we have that symbol there. You can see the symbol mountain. So for 2, he can jump. And that finishes off his turn. And then we come to yellow. We freed up a little tiny bit of space up here. But the fog moves ever closer. Okay, what is yellow going to do? Yellow's got a green. 1, 2. Yellow's going to move 2 there. Just to start moving things down. We have a blue. He can jump a mountain, so he can go 2 more. 1, 2. So he's going to go 1 more. 1 more. So that's 2 with 1 final movement. Oh boy, where is he going to go? I guess he's going to go here. Okay, that is yellow's turn. Now we're going to come out, and yellow gets a 2nd turn. The fog is going to come on next turn. This doesn't bode well for this row here. And you can see in this little tiny board, and there is going to be a big old board in the actual Kickstarter, but we are jammed up on a 3-player game. Wow, that's kind of interesting. Anyway, it is yellow's turn. We'll see if we can free up something here. He's pretty much going to be pooched here if we don't get something going here soon. Okay, so yellow. We'll reset all our... Well, yellow's going to start. Yellow wants to grab that, but boy, that's a lot of points. Let's hang in there. And we have a yellow, and we have a push. And that's the green. I think yellow's, that's 4. No, he doesn't want to do that. So he's going to start moving up. He wants to move 1, 2. So he's going to use 2. 1, 2. He's going to use this 2. You can see yellow has the little, whoops. Yellow has the little mountain sign. So he's going to jump for 2. 1, 2. This allows him to move up at least 1. He still has a couple more movement points. He can't go forward. Ooh, he can't go forward. Everybody is jammed up. He can't push. So he's going to, for his last one, I think what he's going to do is, boy, there's a lot of decisions. Okay, 1, and then we're going to take this one for 1 more, and we're going to start moving her towards the up spot there so we can grab the spot there. That is yellow. Now we're down to pink. Pink has nowhere to go here, and she has to go forward. She can jump, but she can't jump all of that. So pretty much pink is pooched here. Pooched is a technical term. So 1, 2. Now she has the symbol for squeeze, as you can see. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5, 6. Well, he could actually squeeze, so actually he'll leave him there. And he can use his ability of 3. Oh, well, he was here 5, eh? 1, 2, 3. I think he'll leave these 2 here, where they were. And he'll use his special squeeze ability for 3. 1, 2, 3. And this pushes him up to the end. And now it's blue's turn. Blue is going to spend his special ability, which is to squeeze through 3. Now, when it says 3, he can actually go over a mountain or squeeze. 1, 2, 3. He's going to move him up for 4. He gets a free move, but he can't really make use of it. 4. There's nowhere to go. He can't jump. 4. So he's fine for a turn. So he still has 2 movement left. He is a blue. Okay, there's a blue. He's going to go. He's going to move up 1. Now he does have a special ability to jump, but I think it would. He really would like to. He's got his last 2 movements. He's going to squeeze by here, just to squeeze in there and free up a little bit of space in the middle there. And you can hear my dogs, and I'm sorry, I apologize for that. So importantly now, we come back to this turn. The marker goes up, and actually what happens is the fog now makes its entrance. And right there, and pink loses. Pink loses a man, which is not good. So pink is down 1 man. And it's blue's turn. So we're going to reset. Of course, pink has lost 1 and minus 8 points. And we have a problem up here. So blue might have to jump. But he can't at this point. He might have to push. A push action costs 3. So he's going to push the yellow out of the way. 1, 2, 3. And he's going to move up for 1. There we go. That's that turn. 1. Blue, he's going to move up for 2. Well, 1. And then he's run forward. He can squeeze, but he's got nowhere to squeeze to. He doesn't have enough for a push action. And it costs too much to jump because it costs 3 to jump. So he could jump, but he only has 2 left. But he can do a push action because he has an enhancement, which would be 2. He's just going to push right now. 1. Just to make a little room. And that takes care of his turn. Yellow's turn. Well, yellow is going to move up this one for sure for 1. Pink is looking like not having a good time here. Yellow here could push, and you can push up to 2 as long as they're going in the same direction. You can do it straight on all from the side. So he's going to use 2 more points, 1, 2, to push up these 2. This will allow him to move up at least this guy 1. There's no pushing here. He could squeeze, but it costs 4 to squeeze. So he's good for 1 turn, though. So he's got 3 points left. So he's going to move 1 up. He's going to try to clear 1. He could squeeze it. He can't squeeze there. He can squeeze with this guy, but he needs to go over that way. This guy can cross a mountain for 2. So he's going to do that. And that finishes off his move. It is now Pink's turn. Pink's big problem is he has nowhere to go with this. He could push, but he has nowhere to push. And he can't. And you can only run. You can only go forward on this map. So he's pretty much stuck. I don't know if you can do 2 squeezes at once. So if we look at the rules right here, it does show them making 2 squeeze actions. So this is going to be costly for Pink because it'd be 1, which would be basically a 4, and he can't because it would cost 7. He's not enhanced, so he can't do it really. That's unfortunate unless he was over here. Oh well, poor Pink, I guess. So Pink is going to continue up 1, 2, and then 3. 1, 2, 3, and he does pick up a 6, which is probably good because Pink's going to lose some later on. And we'll just put that off to the side so that we know later. And they get turned upside down, so people really can't track. We're going to. He's got a blue, which is way over here. So he's going to move 1 more down. He's going to try to move this one more down. This one more down, and this one more down. And that is it. Unfortunately, That pink is now moves here and loses another one. Oh my gosh, this has not been good for pink at all. We are going to reset. It is pink's turn. The fog is swallowing up pink's. Whew, boy. It is pink's turn, though. But luckily for pink, he's in a good shape now. So pink's going to go 1, 2, and picks up another one. Okay, 3, 4. Get some started on there. 3, 4, 5, and 5. Yep. And red 6 and 7. And then we wrap around the blue's turn. Blue has that magic ability for squeezing. He could do it. So we would go 1 for the move, 3 for the squeeze, 3 for the squeeze. That uses up all 7 of his turns very quickly. And then we're down to yellow. Yellow is going to move 1 and gets that free move. So he's done. He's going to squeeze for 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 plus that move for 1. He's got 2 more moves basically. Whew. He'd love to get past this jumble here. But we'll move here for another one. And oh, he's stuck. But he can plan for another turn. And we are going to have to move. So yellow is going to move closer to this spot up here for the blue. And that is yellow's turn. We come down and the fog moves ever closer. I had them on the wrong spots. So the fog moves ever closer. It is yellow's turn. Yellow is going to be in trouble here because he's got nowhere to go. He can't push because there's nowhere to push unless he can move some of this off. So first thing you do, because he has the mountain sign, he's going to jump for 2 over the mountain. Oh, let's reset. 1, 2. So he's okay that way. 2. 3, 4, 4. He doesn't have enough to squeeze here. He does get an extra movement, but that doesn't really help him. 4. Oh my. 4. I think he's going to use the squeeze action here. Whoops. For 2. One, 2. He has nothing left to push, but that sort of gives him a little bit of leeway here. Okay, he's got 1 more point, and he's got really nowhere to go. I guess what he's going to do is he's got this green, and he's going to move up 1 on this track to get him safely onto the board here. We are now down to pink's turn. Pink, of course, is going to move for the first one, and we're going to move here, get him safely on board, which gives him another marker. He's going to go 1, 2. Well, he's blue. 1, 2. Sorry. 1, 2. And he gets a blue marker this time. So pink's getting them on there. Now, whether or not pink gets swallowed up some more. 4. So pink is going to move his red. He can jump. But he's not in a terrible spot. So he's going to squeeze for 3. 1, 2, 3. Normally it's 4, but he can squeeze for 3. And then he's just going to move up 1. There we are. Now we are back to Blue's turn. And this is the last turn before Fog. So Blue is going to move up 1. Now normally he would get a free move, but he's got nowhere to go because he has enhanced movement. So what is Blue going to do? I think Blue at this point, we have a Blue. So he's going to go, well, he's going to move up 1 for now. Okay, he's going to go 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. I think he's going to be okay for a turn there. There's a Blue. So he's going to move him down 1. He's got 1 more move. And he's going to move over here, sort of freeing up this space here. So that is the end of the turn. It whips over to here. Fog Yellow loses the marker. Now getting swallowed up by that fog ever closer. Oh my gosh. Reset. 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 It is Blue's turn. So Blue's special power is jumping. Well, so Blue is going to move this guy. It is a green. So Blue's going to go 1, 2 for the first and grab that. 1, 2. Blue's going to move up 1. Now he's going to squeeze. It's going to cost 4, but that's pretty much it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's it for Blue. Yellow's turn. Ooh, Yellow's can push, but he's got nowhere to push to. He's got no. He could squeeze, but it would cost 7. So Yellow's going to move 1. This is going to allow him to jump, but it's going to cost him 4 to jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, which isn't horrible. 4, 5. Now he's got nowhere to go, so he's just going to go into the stern. 6 and 7. So Yellow is moved. It's now Pink's turn. Okay, Pink. Pink's got some red. Pink's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Pink's picked up another token. And but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to move 6. He can't squeeze there. So at this point, he's going to go 7. And that's it for Pink. The fog moves up. Of course, there's nobody for the fog to eat, which is good. Pink is going to move again. Now, Pink could squeeze to get here, to get a double 6s, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to squeeze because he has an ability at 3s to squeeze by, so he squeeze. And we'll reset. So that is 6. He has 1 more movement. And he's going to move closer to the boat here. And that is what Pink does. We wrap around. It is Blue's turn. Blue is now going to look to get some movement here, or else he's going to lose a bunch. So we have a red. Blue is going to move at least 1. 2. And 3. So Blue's doing okay. 3. 4, 5. He's got 2 more movements. 5. 5. 6. And 1 more. Oh, he'll move down there. 7. There we go. Now we're down to yellow's turn. Yellow's in trouble here, but I think yellow's okay. Yellow can move 1 for now. 2 and 3, 4. So we can 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2. He's got 1 movement left. He's going to move his old man right up there. That takes care of that. The fog moves. Fortunately, there is nobody here to to have to be offed on the fog. We're going to reset. It's yellow's turn again. Yellow hasn't really got anybody on the ships yet. So we're going to go 1, 2. Yellow finally gets a blue onto the ship for 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Gets another one onto the ship. And that is the last of the markers. 3. He's got 2 more. There's nowhere to squeeze here. We could squeeze 2 here. But yep, so he's going to squeeze. For the last 2, he's going to squeeze. Whoops. We're going to squeeze here. There we are. And that's the last 2. And he squeezes there. It's Pink's turn. Pink. So Pink has the old guy, but Pink can't do anything here. Oh, yes, Pink can. 1, 2, 3, 4 for Pink. 1, 2, 3, 4. Picks up the 4 marker. Pink has done so well. 4. He's going to 6. So he's going to squeeze by for 2. That is his special ability. 6. And he can move 1 more. 7. So that is Pink's turn. We are now to blue. Blue's turn. The first priority is to probably get this cleared out here. We have a blue, so he's just going to move this. Oh, okay. So this is blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa. 5. The old man spot's here. 6. That's good. And move him up 7. We are back to the fog. Again, we don't lose anybody. So we had an initial loss as we cleared up the board. Blue hasn't lost anybody. We'll have to see how that affects the game at the end here. But it is Blue's turn again. Blue has to clear off some of this. He's not going to be able to get around here. So he's going to move. He can move sideways on the beach. 1, 2, 3. Oops, we'll reset. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 4, 5. 5. Oh boy. He's got 6. Takes us to here. This guy gets the free move, so he can go 1 and then gets a free move out of it. So he pushes him up to here. We're going to do some swapping in a minute. That is Blue's turn. Yellow's turn. Yellow's going to go 1. Now we're going to use this 1. She's going to jump. Now to jump is 3. So she's used 1, 1, 2, 3, and she's going to jump. And 4 gets her to the yellow, and that snags that last 4. And then we're going to move 1, And he has a push, so it's a squeeze. And that's the last two. 1, 2. That is the last of his turn. Pink, as he's got a squeeze as he tries to get to the green. It is Pink's turn. Pink is doing well. 1, 2. Picks up another one. 2. Basically, Pink's down to the last couple. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And picks up another one. So, but Pink is done now. Pink has no more commoners on the board. We're going to come here. Oh no! It looks like Blue has took a negative. Oh, well, Pink doesn't get a turn. We will go to Blue. Blue has a red. Oh, Blue's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So Blue's going to pick up this one. So we're at 5 now. We forgot to set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got 2 more movements. He's got 2 more movements. And he is going to actually actually, he doesn't have to. He's going to go on the pier and he's going to move 1. That's it. He comes down here. It is Yellow's turn. Yellow is going to go 1, 2, 3. So far, 1, 2, 3. He's going to move 1 closer. He's going to go 1, 2. 3, and that's it. Yellow. That's it for Yellow. It is now Yellow's turn. The fog moves closer. We are almost to the end of the game here. Yellow's going to move 1. Whoops. So this is on the boat. 2, 3 on the boat. 4. Oops, we forgot to reset. That was 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 3 movement points left. We have a red. 4. Use that 1. Now we could swap the guy to try to get her. Oh, we can push for. Well, that's what he's going to do. 4. That's a push. 5, 6. That's his 2. Okay. It is Pink's turn. Pink has nobody. We go back to Blue. Blue is on the red boat here. So Blue's going to go 1, 2, 3. Whoops. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. He's going to have trouble here. He's got 1 more turn. Okay. 2. Okay, you go. 3, 4. And that takes care of the last 2. He comes back. The fog moves up. Oh my gosh, almost last turn now. 1 more turn, folks. 1 more turn. It is Blue's turn. He's just going to go 1. That is all Blue has. That's all she wrote for Blue. Yellow is on a green boat here. And a red boat. So the rules state that I can jump on a boat if there is room. So we could do a quick swap. It's 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to swap. Well, actually, it doesn't matter. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's allowed 3 there, so 6 and 7. And the fog now hits. This is the end of the game. We've had some negatives, and which we will count. There we are. But that is basically how the game is played. And you can see how quick that went. Once we got started, it gets a little jammed up, and then after that, it's good. So we'll count the points. It's got an interesting point count, and we're going to have to refer to the rules for that. But remember, I do like to use the rules. Other guys, they want to show you, oh, I've memorized these rules. I do not memorize the rules. You don't memorize rules. I am just going to show you the rules if I can find the actual scoring. There it is. So the first thing we're going to do is 4 for each islander who is in the boat of its nation, same color. So when we look at yellow, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 12 for yellow. 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, 12. We're going to look at pink. Well, actually, there's more here because 1, 2, 3. So that is another, actually, 16. But he doesn't have that one, so no. And then 2, 3 more here, another 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to do the same thing for pink. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2. No, because it's a blue. No. 3, 4, and 5. So that's just 20 points for pink. Blue, we have 1 in the blue, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that is 24 for blue. And that is the first thing that we do. Next we do A to D rules. For each islander in the respective area, the RP pictured on the boat scored left. So yellow has 1, 2, 3, 21 here. Plus another 7 is 28. Plus 6 is 34. Plus 12 is 46. 46 plus 4 is 50. 52 and 54. So we go from 1, 2, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 50, and 1, 2. There we are. We've wrapped around. Looking at pink, we have 7. Plus 6 is 13. Oh, it's plus 7, sorry. 14. Plus 5, 19. Plus 5 is 24. Plus 5 is 29. Plus 39, 33. So pink is going to get 33. So they're going to go to 53. Blue didn't do that well. Blue's got a 5. He's got 10. We don't count for this. They don't count. They are safe, but they don't count. So we have 5, 10, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 26. So blue is only got 26. Blue is going to go right to 50. And that counts all the blue. Next up is Islanders lost in the fog. Okay, so pink has lost 17 points. Pink has lost 17 points. So we have 53 minus 17. So 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's very unfortunate for pink. But pink has a ton of markers, so we're good. Yellow has lost 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Blue has lost 4. So blue is back down to 46. And then lastly, we're going to count our points. So blue has 5, 11, 13. So blue is going to go 1, 2, 3, and 13. Yellow has 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And pink. Pink is going to wind up being the winner. I'm pretty sure they've got lots to the boat here. There we are. Let's move them all. Yeah, there we are. We have 9, 15, 18, 22, 26, 28, 33. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then we have 20 more. So basically, we are going to go at 10 and 20. So basically, that is how it's scored. Pink winds up with, looks like 70. Yellow closely behind at 63. And blue didn't, blue just trips over. Blue lost a lot and unfortunately didn't do as well. And they only have, it looks like about 50 here. I think not even that. I think we went backwards. No, 50. Sorry, I didn't move that up. So they got 50. So it's a relatively close game. And if I didn't get it right, I will let you know. Sometimes I lose track of these things. That is Fog Escape from Paradise. Super easy filler game. Good for the family. Let's go up, have some final thoughts. So, what did I think of Fog Escape from Paradise? I liked it. I love these kind of race games. It's a little puzzly. There's a couple important factors that go on. There's really kind of two games. There's the drafting side of this. So important to get your drafting right and try to think in your mind how you're going to play and put this puzzle together, because it's very puzzly and it changes as the game goes. How does that puzzle move, and how can I use my enhanced abilities to guide everybody into the ship? And you can see blue didn't do very well, but that is the way it goes. And the fog moves very, very quickly, but we didn't lose a lot to the fog. Now, mind you, this might have been different if I was, playing by myself, with a bunch of people. And I think this game would be a hoot with a lot of people, or 3 or 4 people, even 2 players, because there's a bit of that, take that, or I'm going to swap, or I'm going to push you, or I'm going to cut you off from the boat because you can't move over me unless you jump. So every movement costs a movement point or more, so anywhere from 1 to 4 movement points. So that's important to remember when you're playing the game. The rules were easy to understand. Now, it did take a few minutes. Once I put the board together, it was easier to understand. There was a little bit misunderstanding when I shot a picture to the designer. These aren't dropped randomly like I thought. They are actually dropped randomly because there's either an even side or an odd side, and then they go in descending order, which makes sense really. But you could play it whereas maybe they're more important, but the matriarchs are obviously the most important, and then the older folks. So we get the older folks, and then we move to the younger, and then just the hangers on, and that's what that really is. There's 2 people hanging on to the stern of the boat going, I'm saved! And this guy's here going, bye-bye! But he's saved from the fog, and he'll go back and probably won't be able to start civilization anymore and have to camp, and maybe they'll come back for him at some point. Let's hope so. So the rules are easy to understand. I like thematically this game is good. I think there's some tension in this game. Once you get into the fog moving up, there's certainly some tension to keep things moving forward, and you can almost picture the people clambering over each other to try to get to those boats. I'm going to push you, I'm going to jump over you, I'm going to split you and run forward using my hockey elbows. So that is cool. The scoring was easy. Overall, this is I'm going to go with a filler gateway game. I think it's a good family game. I liked it. I really did. I do want to try it solo. If I get an opportunity to get it back on the table and play solo, I will. But right now, we're just going to get this one out. And if we can get back to a solo play a little later on, I will. I give this absolutely 2 thumbs up. And I highly recommend when it comes to Kickstarter in March. So I'm not sure when you're going to see this. You may see it before the Kickstarter. You may see it during the Kickstarter. But either way, it's still 2 thumbs up. If you like what you see, please hit the like button. Click subscribe. Subscriptions just show a little bit of love. I don't ask for Patreon. I don't ask for anything more than just hit the subscribe button. If you like what you see and you want to see more of what I do and hear the craziness of the dogs behind me, drop on in. Hit the bell if you want some notifications. As always, comments. I love comments. So put the comments in. I'll say hi. I do answer my comments. Sometimes it takes a day or 2, but I will get to you. If you want to get in contact with me for whatever reason, if you want to get in contact with me to just say hi or give me a shout, Board Games for One, Board Games Revolution, Solo Board Gamers, the board game groups, everything board games, and a bunch of other groups that I belong to. So please reach out, say hi, make some criticisms. What can I do for you? Can I show you something? Can I do a topic for you? Let me know. I'm easy, and we can talk about it. Hey, maybe if you want to talk to me and come on my show and just talk about games or your collection, give me a ping. We can set something up on Facebook or something. So let me know. Anyway, this is Harry Jacobs. I am the North of 60 Gamer. Please, hopefully you enjoyed this, and I will see you on the next video. Take care of yourself, stay safe, and enjoy games.